I have a pet peeve because I never understand it when people have had sex in a movie or on TV and then they get up the next morning and they're fully clothed or pajamaed up. So I said, well, these two guys have just, stooped. Then if I'm going to feed the cat, I've got to get out of the bed not wearing a pair of anything. And my butt's in a movie. Thank you.
Just these. I don't want the others.
Come on, man. I schlepped these all the way here.
And you are?
Lee Israel.
Oh, we have copies of your latest work right over there.
I know not much was known about Jack, that they haven't, really been able to, you weren't able to really talk to people who knew him.
There are no photographs of him, and we couldn't find any people that knew him. And Lee Israel was very parsimonious in how little information she gave in her memoir, which
really?
I thought that would be a sort of Wikipedia font of information. Apart from a little cigarette holder that he used, which I asked if I could have that in the film, and that he'd been in jail for 2 years for holding up a cab driver for refusing to pay the bill, or the cab fare. And she also conceded that once she had been rumbled by the FBI that where she thought that he would get $300, $400, $500 for a forged letter, he'd come back with $2,000, even if he'd skimmed off the top.
Really?
And so I thought, well, he obviously had the street smart and chutzpah to go out there and just schmooze people out of their money.
Recently found this delightful signed letter.
Fanny Bryce, one of my favorites. I could give you 75.
Oh.
I could give more for better content.
It was such an intensely short shoot, over 26 days. I just come off doing Logan, which was 300 guys in the southern states who were, hugely testosterized and stuntmen and trucks and guns and all this stuff going on. Being on this movie where essentially all the scenes are two-handers. There's never more than 2 or 3 people in a scene. That makes the whole nature of it very intimate. And I think the fact that it was co-written by, directed, starring, produced, crewed predominantly by women, the feeling of being nurtured and the focus on the emotional content of everything gave it a whole different kind of atmosphere, which was hugely enjoyed.
It's 4 in the afternoon and you're drunk.
I'm hardly drunk.
Craigie, top her up.
The Julius Bar were very generous in, I think it's the oldest gay bar in Manhattan, and is apparently completely unchanged from how it was then. And we sat in the places where these two characters regularly bar-flied themselves.
Wow.
So the fact that it wasn't shot in a studio and the actual bookshops smelt and had all the texture of being the real thing, I think that had an impact on us as well.
I'm embellishing literary letters by prominent writers.
I love his writing. Caustic wit.
This is quite something. Name your price.
The final scene that I had with Lee in the Julius Bar, when I know I'm dying, she knows I'm dying, and we have to forge this reconciliation in order that she can write the memoir. Because it was the penultimate scene that we shot, and I knew that the movie was coming to an end, saying goodbye to each other in the story and knowing that within a day it would come to an end and have to say goodbye as well, that was the hardest thing to do.